Hello everyone! I apologize for my last video getting posted a day before, or a day after actually, before I wanted it to be uploaded so you could actually have it for Saturday. Unfortunately, something happened with YouTube and the processing was taking way too long, and unfortunately I had to close out, and there was also some other issues with pop-ups for my computer, so I decided, okay, I need to take the computer in on top of waiting to do my actual videos. So that all got taken care of, which is fairly fortunate. So I am back on track and back on schedule. And today, for this Random Talk Sunday, I thought it would be interesting to talk about something that, even though it's a fairly random, almost it sounds insignificant, but I feel it holds a lot of significance, despite what people may say about it. And I think that topic is makeup. I think makeup can be good in certain respects, but I feel like it is emphasized in our culture, in our society, within our entertainment, way too much. And what I mean by that is not necessarily makeup that's used to display a performance, like, for example, if you're trying to dress up as a monster for Halloween, or if you're trying to dress up for a performance as a monster, or some kind of creature or ghost or whatever it may be. That's really not the makeup I'm talking about. The makeup I'm going to be discussing that I kind of have issues with is the day-to-day makeup that is particularly generated towards the female demographic. I don't think there's a huge emphasis for male makeup, at least from what I've seen in the past, and what I've seen in entertainment and advertising. So, without further ado, let me discuss the kinds of issues I have with makeup, but also some of the things that might also be considered positive about makeup, because it's not all negative, at least in regards to my opinion. But when it comes to makeup, I feel like that some of the times it can just go way too overboard, especially when it comes to putting on makeup for insignificant times of the day. And I'll see this a lot with, in particular, the female side of the human species, where they will basically dress up in makeup to go to the gym. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're going to the gym to work out. Do you know what's going to happen to all of that makeup once you start working out? It just seems like that there's such a huge emphasis on makeup, and I was just noticing this because even at times when you wouldn't expect people to wear makeup, there's still people wearing makeup. I just don't understand it. I've never understood the necessity of wearing makeup all the time. And I've never understood why there is this sort of obsession that we have with makeup, because makeup is really popular. Like, I would say it's more popular than shopping. It's got so many there's so many channels on YouTube just dedicated to makeup. To makeup alone. Like, all the person does is talk to you about how to put some whatever on your face. Like, literally, that's literally what their channels are dedicated to. Putting stuff on your face. What's the point? Like, I don't see why you need to have that kind of advice, unless it's maybe done once in a while by a professional who actually does makeup. I mean, I'm not saying that the people on YouTube aren't professional, but it seems like we treat makeup, at least a lot of girls, I feel, treat makeup as something that is um, that that is such a big. They treat makeup as such a huge thing for their life. Like it's in their purses. It's what they wear constantly, and I don't understand the appeal of wearing this is the excessive amount of makeup that they wear. And I'm not saying I don't mind people who wear makeup at all. I mean, I feel like anybody should do what they want, but for me personally, I feel like that sometimes it's just so overdone that it it just doesn't feel like natural. It doesn't feel like it just looks just so off to me, that I couldn't envision myself wearing all of that makeup. And there is such a huge market that seems to think that it's important to splash a bunch of different stuff on your face. And for me, I've never seen the huge gigantic appeal with makeup and makeup tutorials and figuring out, what looks good on my eyes. Like, I don't understand the mass appeal. I really don't understand it. Uh, it's like they have sections even in magazines that talk about it. It's almost like you don't even really need these YouTube channels or anything of that. You can just look it up in a magazine or look it up online. You don't need somebody to be there to tell you where exactly to put the mascara. It's just like, it just feels like that this whole segment is just completely overblown and completely, I think, unnecessary. I mean, I don't feel like people look more beautiful when they have makeup on. I really don't. I don't see why you feel like that makeup makes you feel more beautiful. I don't understand that appeal. And for some reason, just a lot of girls, a lot of friends I know, they'll wear makeup. They'll douge whatever they want onto their face, and I just don't know, like, how it's really supposed to help your beauty shine, because all I feel like it does is it just masks people. It feels like that they're trying to put a mask over their face somehow, and then you don't really see the true nature of the human being. So it it just feels just so off to me. And I mean, I don't mind wearing a little bit of makeup, but from what I've seen, it seems like that a lot of people like to put makeup on, and I mean really put it on though. It's not like it's just a little bit of here and there. It feels like that it's like I have mascara, I have eyeliner, I have eyeshadow, I have blush, I have lipstick or lip balm, or not even lip balm, lip gloss. It just feels like that this is like that every little aspect that is involved with the face needs to have something gouged over it. And I don't understand that appeal. Also, there's also another issue that I have when it comes to makeup and how I feel like it's very artificial. It has to deal with like what's in the stuff. Like you like once sometimes I'll put on, when I remember doing this in the past, when I would put on lip gloss, sometimes I could literally taste like just the chemicals or whatever they use to put inside the lip gloss, and it would just taste so off and just uncomfortable, or at least after putting it on, I'd feel uncomfortable and go, what is even in this stuff? Like, I don't even know what this stuff, will really do to, maybe not the short term, or I'll know what it'll do to the short term, but I'm not gonna know what it's gonna really do to the long term, because I don't know, with putting on all of that stuff, all of those chemicals, all of those different kinds of products, I really don't know how healthy that is, because really makeup is chemicals. It is putting chemicals onto your skin, and I really don't know how healthy that is. I just look at it and go, there's nothing that seems really health conscious. I'm sure there's probably some makeup companies that do have, like, kind of more all natural kinds of products. But even then, I'm still skeptical when I even look at those things, because even when I see it on the person, it looks like there's just a bunch of chemicals on there that, it just looks like paint sometimes. It just looks like a very a very coated kind of paint that just goes over the face and is meant for the face. So I'm not sure exactly what the huge deal is with makeup. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's trying to appeal to really largely this female demographic, and it's so emphasized even at a young age, I feel, for girls to put on all of this stuff on their face. And the thing is I don't feel like a lot of this makeup is really necessary, and I really don't think a lot of it is really good for your health, because of just how much, just the chemicals and the things that are within the makeup. Like, I mean, I just don't trust the whole approach to it. And I think that's really my major issue in regards to makeup and my feelings about makeup. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that it is so hugely emphasized. I'd say it is way more emphasized than shopping. I'd say it's way more emphasized, or for like clothes and things like that. I think clothes are less emphasized. Other female-related products, I think, are a little less recognized compared to makeup. I feel like makeup is really the dominant female target form of beauty enhancement. And to me, I don't think it really enhances people's beauty, and I don't really like to look at people in such a superficial way anyway. So to me, makeup, all it really does is it just tries to force this idea of, yeah, you should buy these products, and yeah, you should invest the time, and yeah, we're trying to be empowering to girls, and yeah, wearing makeup is somehow empowering, and I don't think it says anything about how empowered you are, whether or not you wear makeup or don't wear makeup. But I feel like that there is too much of an emphasis to it, especially even on YouTube. I mean, when I see like all these channels dedicated literally to just makeup tutorials, I'm thinking, is this really so emphasized in our society? Like, do we really have to tell people how to put on makeup? Like, is that such a thing? Like, I understand that there's maybe different, like, designs and things that people can do with makeup, and I know it's supposed to be kind of an art form, but at the same time, I just feel like it's just so shoved in our face that I just look at it and go, look, I don't need to do that I don't need to do whatever art you want me to do on my face. Like, I'm just gonna do me. And to be honest, I find lotion a lot more liberating than makeup, because at least with lotion, it smells good. And at least with lotion, it doesn't last. Um, it doesn't come off like makeup does, which as probably a lot of people know, getting makeup off is a complete hassle. So I don't see why there's such a huge emphasis towards these products in particular. I think it has a lot of that has to do with women sort of feeling secure about themselves as somehow they have makeup on. And again, even at the gym at the college that I went to, women were wearing makeup like while they were going to the gym, and I'm thinking, that makeup's gonna come off, right? You know you're gonna sweat when you go to the gym, right? And that's gonna come off. And what was the point of you wearing makeup there in the first place? I don't understand. So I really think that there's way too much emphasis on it, and it's almost the point where I feel like it doesn't serve a purpose, at least for me. And I don't feel like as a girl I'm obligated to wear makeup. And again, I can be fairly girly. I mean, I do wear girly clothes, and I do act girly at times, and I like girly things, but if you were to ask me on how to put on somebody's makeup, I probably would fail, only because I don't really wear makeup, and I haven't seen it as a necessity. I don't see it as something that is, I think, really necessary for me to do within my daily routine. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I should wear makeup now. Instead, I wake up and say, oh, I should take a shower, and I should maybe put some lotion on my face, and then I'm good to go. And I also think too, I think it's harder for people too who maybe are struggling with like acne issues for their face, and maybe need some help with that. But I mean, makeup obviously isn't the solution. The solution is the acne treatment products, which are basically like lotions. Really, I think lotion should probably be more emphasized than makeup for people. Because I think they can probably do a lot more for your face and make your face better instead of gouging all these chemicals onto your face. So, again, I'm not saying that I've never worn makeup in my life. I've worn makeup on occasion, but I've never tried to overdouse it. The only time that it got kind of overdoused was during prom, and that was only because somebody was doing my makeup. I wasn't doing my makeup by myself, so they kind of overdid it, and it looked a little ridiculous, but it was okay. I got by prom fine with it, but at the same time, I just feel like it's just something that's just way too overblown, and I think a lot of people take it way too seriously, and I really don't see the huge mass appeal of having this makeup on your face constantly and trying to mask yourself with whatever products. And I'm not saying that people should not wear makeup if they don't want to, but from my personal opinion and from me talking, I just feel like that there's just some aspects of makeup that are way too overblown, and I think there should be other forms and other alternatives for people when it comes to dealing with their face and with their bodies. And I think lotion and cleansers and giving your skin air with water and things like that, I think that's a lot more, I think, liberating, at least for me, when it comes to dealing with my face than makeup. And I think makeup is just something that's that's just too overrated. And I'm not saying that nobody is allowed to not wear makeup. You are capable of doing whatever you want, and I am not trying to prevent you from doing whatever you want when it comes to makeup. But for me personally, and from what I've seen, and to my random talk and discussion in regards to makeup, I feel that it's just way too, there's too much of an emphasis on it, I think, in society, and I feel like that people should be more free to seek alternative methods than just using makeup as a tool for helping your face somehow. And I think that a lot of that has to do with advertising, the media, and so on and so forth. But ultimately, I think that's really all I can say in regards to makeup. It is a useful tool, but I think it's just way overblown for what it is, and I'd rather use alternative methods than douching myself with products that probably have chemicals in them that are probably not healthy for me. So I think ultimately that's really all I can say, but if there are any questions, comments, concerns, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I'm not against the idea of people wearing makeup. I think you should be able to do whichever you want, but for me personally, and from what I've discussed, I feel like it is just overblown, and I think that that for me personally, I'd rather use lotion, I'd rather use cleansers, I'd rather use water. But again, everybody has their own opinion on this. I'd be more than happy to hear what anyone else has to say about the issue, but I really think that it's something that's just really big, because a lot of women do this for some reason. Some men too, but a lot of it I think is more directed towards women, and I think that a lot of it is this idea of having makeup on for some reason, and some reason that's going to make you more appealing or something, and you'll have therefore more self-esteem, or I don't know. I just think it's just way too overblown. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video, and I promise that there won't be any slip-ups next time, and that everything should go smooth sailing from now, because my computer's all geared up and ready. So yeah, I believe that's really all I can say. But take care, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and